on my couch just like this. He called my phone. I was like, oh shit. All right, I'm gonna wait.
I heard your ass. I heard your voice, and I was like, oh shit, this nigga out of it. I'm like, if you gonna get nothing to drink, some itchy or some shit, I know that nigga has some. So I'm pointing up. Julian stay up there.
Oh,
he literally stay right there. This is his daughter's room. You gonna hear stomping and shit? That's her. She don't know how to control her amount of force that she put into the ground.
Julian's a girl? His daughter?
No. She's thinking Julian. Julian is Diaz.
Okay.
The Mexican looking one.
Yeah.
That's Diaz. He has a daughter.
I did not know he had a kid.
Yeah, now you know.
Warning, this video contains strong language and profanity. May not be suitable for children and sensitive adults.
Alright. Welcome to another session of WeHab Sessions. Today we're not in the bando with Bates, we're in I haven't created a name.
The Trap House with Trey.
Hey,
The Trap House with Trey.
The Trap House with Trey. And we have
The Head Nobleman.
The Head Nobleman.
The Head Nobleman.
Alright, man. So if y'all don't know about the Head Nobleman, you can definitely look up his organization and everything like that. I personally find that it's very informative, and it gives me a lot of information, a lot of insight on things in which I didn't already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bill, never mind, I ain't gonna ruin it for you. Go look that fucking shit up. Alright? But so man, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What's your name and everything like that, where you're from, all this other stuff.
So, right now my name is Devin Bates. I'm going through a name transition. Decided to change my last name just cause, you know, I want to create my own legacy. I feel like a lot of stuff that was taken from us as we came here in 1796 or whatever the heck it was. But, you know, create my own legacy. So my last name is going to be Bamako. So keep that kind of B on it. But, yeah, so I ended up coming up with the organization, N.O.C. It took quite a bit of thought to come up with it. But then again, it was made during the process of like chaos during the George Floyd times.
The riots and everything.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of chaos going on. And then, you know, I just was thinking about it like, dude, like we ain't got too much like direction. It's, you know, we mad and running in circles.
Truth be told, we still ain't got that much direction, but that ain't none of my business.
Yeah, you know, even myself, it's hard to, you know, get unity with our own kind. It's troubling. But yeah, you know, came up with the organization N.O.C. It's basically like a foundation with education. You know, it's more of an education and unity at the same time, so where, you know, you learn, but then you actually like entwine with other people's lives, things of that nature. So it's directed more towards black people, just because like I feel like as a unit we don't have unity, and that's one thing that's really needed when it comes to prospering in the future. And without, you know, organization, you're gonna be running around in circles, being mad, you know, causing riots and burning down stuff that you'll need in a week.
So what I've been kind of gathering from what you just said is like, so your organization, everything teaches the younger generation and other black folk, shall I say, what the tools they would need, and so you give them what they need in hopes that they will apply it to their lives and make, you know, everything kind of better in a sense.
Yeah. So how can I explain this? But as black people, we're not in control of our own destiny, for one, and a lot of things we buy, we're the buyers of America. So supply and demand, it kind of circles around minorities. And that's one of our problems. But if you became the jeweler instead of going to the jeweler, and now like you're teaching your, you know, your cousins, your brothers, and all this stuff like that, and you know, you cut out the middleman, and now you're prospering as one, and then gaining knowledge at the same time. I
feel you. I look at that as the same way as how I look at generational wealth. And it's just like how the white folks are just, I wouldn't even just say specifically target out white folks, I would just say people of privilege, of power. They help out their own. So my mom has this friend, her name is blah 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 blah, and she bought this house on this street, and then she started buying every house on the street. And right now, today as we own, that whole street is nothing but her family, and she owns every house on that street. And I looked at my mom when I went back to go visit her after the UAE adventures and everything like that. I was like, damn, Mom. I was like, you think she'll sell me one of these houses? And I asked the lady, I went up to the lady, I'm like, would you sell me one? I'm like, I'll be able to get the money and everything like that. And she's like, nah, this is for my family. This is for the people of like my kind type shit. You know what I mean? But I couldn't do nothing but respect that shit, because it's like, you made it and you're helping everybody else, so you're building all this stuff for future generations to come. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do with the organization and everything in which you established and built.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep into that, I do want to ask you, why the choice of the last name? It began with a B, Bamako, I believe.
Bamako.
See, I forgot it that fast. But why the choice of that last name? Any significance or any weight behind it?
Yeah, so initially it's a city in Africa. So Africa is a continent, Mali is the country, and Bamako is the capital of this country. So yeah, I ended up choosing it. I think the same time around I chose a name for the N.O.C. So I was looking at African countries like, dude, I kind of want to keep that B, Bates and Bamako. Right. So I kept it, but I wanted to sound African to know like I'm tapped in with my roots.
Right.
So northwest Africa is next to I'm gonna say Nigeria and Cameroon. There's Mali. So I chose that off of just an African city practically. I was like, you know what, switch it up. So
I feel you.
Hopefully the last name goes long.
So another thing that's kind of been on my mind, I know that you had like the head nobleman, N.O.C. What does N.O.C. stand for? Excuse me.
So N.O.C. is the organization. It stands for Nobles of Color. It's basically like explains the brief description of you, me, and everyone else that's African descent, as in you're noble, like as in hierarchy, like you prince, king, queen, princess type of thing.
I feel
right?
Like I like
of
that
color, and obviously, you know, we fit that description.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So yeah, that's what it is. You know, it brings light to a dark situation, just because you know how America is, colored Negroes and stuff like that. But all right, cool.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. But guess what? I'm a noble of color. Then you feel me?
Right.
So that's initially how I came up with the name and like the meaning behind it. So it was a journey coming up with it. But that's what it is. That's what it is.
So does the name? I know N.O.C. Where did you? Because you could have used any acronyms and everything like that to put something, to make something together that'll show that the people of color was the royalty, shall I say? You know what I mean? So why did you choose just like the letters N.O.C.? Is that like a name for something? Does it represent something else? This, that, and the third? Like what is it, man?
Quite interesting. So in Africa, there's this language called Swahili, and it's some of the native language. And the way you say black in Swahili is N.O.C. It starts with an A and it ends with an I. But if you slow it down in English, it sounds like N.O.C. Like N.O.C. and then N.O.C. So with that being said, I kind of like thought of the letters that it sounds like, and then from there I was like, okay, N.O.C. What can I do? What can I think of to make this black related?
So you went with it type of shit.
Yeah, I went with it. It took a couple of different like native African languages. I ain't gonna sit there in front like, I can't remember all the ones I went through, but I think I went through probably like 5 maybe or 6.
So you did your research before you even chose the name for your organization.
Yeah. Right. So obviously black is a universal term, but then again, like a lot of people weren't in Africa as black, and then it's African language, so it's just like kind of combines together. It went together dang near perfectly. So
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm glad you didn't go with the word Negro.
I would never.
Me personally, I was like, I can't support this shit.
It's
Negroes like shit.
Man, yeah, I wouldn't support myself.
So what is your organization like? What do you want to see your organization in the future?
So one thing I'll say, if I could just get one thing out of 10 things, unity. Please, black people, stick together. That's the fork in the road. That makes the whole decision or the whole outcome of black people even better. If we had unity, we solve a lot of other stuff. Okay, we wouldn't worry about gangs. We wouldn't worry about businesses or other places that, you know, for example, like if I owned a store or something, I wouldn't worry about hiring other people. I got my cousins or family members.
Right.
Or any
So
other.
you're gonna put your own people on, just like other ethnicities do. Not gonna point them out.
Yeah.
But the Vietnamese, Chinese, you know, that's just to name a few. Indians, but you know, I ain't naming none.
Yeah.
So we can put our own people on just as they put their people on.
Yeah, and it's when you look at them, it's not like a racist type of thing. They're just helping out the family. Yeah.
And the crazy thing about that is, I feel like a lot of our people and everything like that is they get to the point where, like, if they see somebody of the same color and the same background as them being more successful than they are, that's when you get the hate, the jealousy, the fucking envy. And it's like, bro, it's not my fault that I'm working hard to get all this stuff, so I gotta take care of my people first. But after I take care of my immediate people, man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me take care of my mama, my brother, my sister, yada yada yada, and then the community will come after. But I gotta make sure she's straight first before all this other shit, cause she the one who's been there since everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing too. Like, I don't know why in the black community, like, if you didn't struggle for it, it's not worthy. Like, what? Just because, like, for an example, like, you got two people, right? One grew up in the hood, one grew up in the suburbs.
Right.
One grew up in the suburbs, his mom got him a Mercedes for his 16th birthday.
Woo.
He drives to school.
God damn.
They're like, what? Who gave that to you? Your mom?
Right.
Nigga, you ain't nothing. Nigga, you ain't this. Nigga, you ain't that. But if you struggle for it, it's acceptable. That makes no sense, bro.
Don't worry, you can say the full word. You can say nigga. As long as it ain't with the hard ER, then we're all cool in this establishment.
Yeah, but it's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. There's some toxic traits in 2020 that black people have that need to get rid of. And unity will kind of solve most of them. Probably look good, like 60%. But, bruh.
But so this is the thing that I see that's wrong with our people right now.
Okay.
Right? So our people, we are raised in these certain environments. And you, as I know, I can't speak for you, but I know in my perspective and everything in my life, the environment that you're raised in kind of molds you into the man that you're going to be, man or woman that you're going to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you've been dealing with all this other stuff, of course when you grow up, you're going to still think with that same mindset.
Yeah.
Until you go out in life and experience better. And that's what I was fortunate enough to do. Leave my my safe community, my safety net, and go out. And I was scared as hell. I'm not gonna lie. North Dakota, knowing nobody. Do you know how scared I was of this motherfucker? Man, look. And then, like, I learned all these different things about how these other people live and how they treat each other and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, why can't I go and do that to my other people? You know what I mean? Like, give this back to my people, allow them to do this, that, and the third, and all this shit.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting topic, dude. Like, for real. I think about it all the time. When I think about, like, becoming a bigger as, like, a black community, a lot of people go too far too fast. Like, I'm gonna reach the community. I'm like, your sister don't have a job. Your mom's, she doing okay, but she could do a little better. Your brother in the streets, why you trying to reach the community? You ain't even reach your household yet. So that's one vital point.
Hold up.
What?
Just say that line one more fucking time.
Why you trying to reach the community when your household ain't made up yet? Okay?
What the
Nah, for real,
drop diamonds in the chat right now.
in chat. No, for real. Like, I kind of felt myself going into that direction, me going too fast when it comes to N.O.C. So I had to slow it down. You know, kind of like, how can I get my family incorporated? Now I'm teaching. Luckily I'm the oldest, so I could teach all my younger siblings. You feel me? All the trades and tricks that I've learned over these years, and
so they can learn from. I wouldn't even really consider it your mistakes, but how you've lived your life.
Yeah. So that way, some things to be avoided, some things need to be gone through.
Right.
But so just when they get to my age, they're doing way better than you. But as a older sibling, when it comes to influence, if your little brothers and sisters ain't doing better than you, when they get to your age, then something's wrong.
Facts.
You're not a parent, but then again, you're there to that's family at the same time.
To be honest, like I'll put this in my own perspective. I don't even think you know this. I have a younger brother that is how can I word this? He has an open case.
Okay.
He's not really doing as well as he should be.
Yeah.
And I have an older brother in my mind and everything like that. He's way older than me, but he's not where he should be in his life.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So and since I feel like I am that older brother, granted I'm the middle fucking child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I have to like move away from the lane and everything that they paved and shit, and go my own way in hopes that they will follow.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah. And I could definitely understand it. You can't.
Please do us a favor and follow us on social media. And as always, thanks for watching.